The end of Season 1 of Angel resurrected the character of Darla, with the second season making her central focus as antagonist for the most part. Bringing back a character who had a fairly minor role in the first season of Buffy is surprising, though questioning many parts of her role there make her return in Angel very fitting. We are told in the episode in which Angel stakes her that the two had a romantic history together, and learn in Season 2 of Buffy that she sired Angel. With her being an important part of Angel's past, many may find it strange that she was dealt with so easily in Buffy Season 1, and amounting to little more than an episodic obstacle. Her return as an antagonist here seeks to remedy both her battle prowess and presence in the story's current events. I've talked previously about the valid reasons for resurrecting the character, and how Buffy succeeded in this with its titular character. Angel managed most of these points very well even earlier though, in Darla's initial role in this season. Returning as an ensouled human after being a vampire for so long, she is given a lot of turmoil with her disgust at having a soul. Obviously, this serves as a parallel to Angel's journey after his curse, but with Darla initially hating her soul, whereas Angel's soul felt sorrow at his vampiric crimes. This similarity in changing roles also makes Angel go from someone who learnt from Darla to someone teaching her to embrace her newfound humanity that she constantly rejects, much as the ensouled Angel rejected continuing to tolerate her violent actions. This leads into her first role as an antagonist, in challenging Angel's ideas or weakening him. Not only does attempting to protect her make Angel vulnerable towards Wolfram and Hart, but the return of her syphilis that was the key part of her initially accepting being sired adds to her desire to become a vampire again, as well as adds complexity to Angel's cause, with the question of, is such a short human life worth sticking to? The next part of her role comes after being re-sired by Drusilla, not long after having a change of heart in her humanity. This adds irony in Darla's desire being taken away whether she be a human or vampire, but also makes her antagonistic role a physical one in being able to endanger Angel's life. Despite that, it's at this point in the story that her role as a foil to Angel's morals becomes even more pronounced. This is displayed best when Angel refuses to save Holland from Darla and Drusilla due to the role the former had in Darla's current state, and this act of resentment causing a rift between Angel and his allies soon after. It's not long after, with Holland's reanimation and his conversation with Angel on Wolfram and Hart's true nature, that Darla starts to personify many of the thoughts Angel has on the law firm, with the pointlessness of him going through the trials to save her, only for her to become a vampire again, or even him initially having staked her seeming purposeless, with her return being much like the fight against the seemingly invincible Wolfram and Hart seeming pointless, making it fitting Angel seeks intimacy with her when having stopped caring about his role as champion. It isn't only her role as a foil to Angel that makes her characterization here well written, but in how she and Drusilla display a core part of the Buffyverse in female empowerment done right, especially compared to modern series. Being manipulated by men of both sides as a tool for Holland, object of attraction for Lindsay, and a damsel needing salvation to Angel, it makes sense that Darla's actions are total rebellion to all parties when given the power to dictate the terms, and contrasts well with Drusilla's inherent submissiveness and desire to be with man.
Yeah, spank us till Tuesday. You promise to be that if you do.
As with her attempt to recruit Spike, or her attitude towards what Angel used to be. It's also an ironic piece of character growth, with her previous life and unlife consisting of being used both as a prostitute and a servant of the master, with her break from this cycle being due to those being roles which gave her purpose or protection, whereas Wolfram and Hart left her with nothing. As expected of the Buffyverse, and in line with what I've talked of with the parent series' second season, its displays of feminine strengths and traits is far more nuanced than the feminist propaganda the modern entertainment industry regurgitates. Linking back to women's predispositions towards reading people and how it can be used negatively, we see this both during the flashbacks of Darla's past with Angelus and her treatment of the present Angel, with her manipulating Angelus as a mentor figure of abhorrent vampiric acts, and as a general seductress, whereas her present self plays into Angel's good intentions and finding the weaknesses in the conflict his urges have with his moral code. This also makes her a dark parallel to Buffy in more than the romantic ties to Angel, as while Buffy tried to constantly bring Angel further into the light, Darla attempts to sway him towards the dark. Overall, Darla stands out as one of the strongest aspects of Angel Season 2 for the complexity added to a previously bland character, an arc that validates her resurrection with her character growth and antagonistic role, as well as helping redirect Angel's character arc, ironically in the right direction only after he gave in to despair and realised his need to fight for the well-being of all who need his help, regardless of the meaning behind it, as well as the consequences of this incident resonating throughout the rest of the series. Next time for Season 3, and sticking on the subject of characters revealing greater depth, we go into the strides taken with one of Angel's original main characters.